Matthews, and I own Kestrel Fields Studio and Art Residency in Fort Collins, Colorado. And I am an artist. I actually mostly consider myself mixed media, but I do so much in fiber art that I also think of myself as a fiber artist. I do a lot of weaving. And I love art of all types. I love talking about art. I love working with artists. I love relationship in art. I love going to a museum and like building relationship with another person I'm there with, or even I might talk to a stranger and say, what do you see in this art piece? In 2017 or 18, I wanted to do an art residency or an art retreat, and I felt like the only way I could really make it happen is if I sort of created my own. I wanted to create a space that could be cozy and comfortable for an artist, but that also was designed for making. So that's what this space is. It's on the back of our property, and it is right adjacent to a natural area here in Fort Collins called Kestrel Fields. So that's how it got its name, Kestrel Fields Studio. And then I opened in April of 2023. And so we've been open just over a year and a half now, and we are really working on getting the word out that we exist, that we are a residency that's here for artists to use, and also for artists to engage in whatever way that works for them. So an art residency is a place where you can come and you can work. You can read, you can rest, you can make things, you can collaborate, you can do any of those things. And this space will provide that. It's quiet, it has an amazing view, it has beautiful light. And so all of those things are really conducive to making. But also, you can also make this space your place where you want to show like your art. So maybe you want to work together with another artist and have a collaborative show where you put stuff on the wall and they do a poetry reading or something like that. And then a third option for using the space is as a teaching space. We can set up the tables and you can do a demo and you can make whatever needs to be made, but in terms of teaching whatever needs to be made. So it's really a flexible space designed for artists to use in the best way possible.
I'm Daniel Fonken, and I am an artist and photographer, or the photography is my main medium. I also like to do video and film and audio, mixed media installations. I just finished an artist residency in Iceland, and so I have a zillion photographs, and right now I'm kind of in the cataloging phase. The biggest thing about having an artist residency or a studio space is that it sort of sets the tone that like you're going to work and you have a job to do. And for a lot of artists, it's actually kind of hard to put your own artwork into those terms, like I am going to work, I'm showing up, I'm clocking in. And when you have an artist residency, it really feels like that. I feel like the get up and go in the morning, got to get to the studio. If there's other people working, or even just if Heather's here, you know, or even if just the chickens are here, you know, something like that, it makes me feel like I'm obligated to be there and do my thing. Whereas in regular everyday life at home, it's so easy to get completely distracted. Kestrel Fields is really great for that. It's got that kind of the view looking out on the Kestrel Field itself and the farm activity and the foothills and things like that. Having this, being aware of the sunlight changing and everything, you don't feel all the clutter of being in the city or being in your neighborhood or the next door neighbor with their leaf blower or stuff like that. So there's a real sense of peace and focus here, even though it's really close to town. I've been to art openings here, and those are really fun. They're usually really well attended and have a good social vibe and supportive vibe. A lot of times Heather will have shows here at Kestrel Fields that are multiple artists. And whenever we have more than one artist, you get like, instead of having 20 people show up, you have 80 people show up, you know? So a lot of times the shows are multiple artists, and that makes for a really good showcase.
When I first started thinking about the concept of Kestrel Fields Studio and Art Residency, it was actually easiest to describe it to other people as an art B&B. Now that Airbnb is a thing, I really like to think of it as a place where anybody who wants to have creative time and space can come here and engage with themselves in an artistic, creative way. What I'm really looking for is for you to come in and create the residency of your dreams. And that's why I think of it as an art B&B. And in that sense, I've also made it so that it's comfortable here. Like you can use our property, you can sit out under our big shade tree, you can park right here next to it. And then upstairs, you can also live there comfortably. There's a little kitchen, there's a bathroom. We put carpet out so that you don't have cold feet in the morning or if you have to get up at night. There's nice lighting that can have work lights so you can work in the middle of the night. They're nice and bright. You can be just like turn up those tunes and really like get to work and have all the lights on. Or you can tone the lights down. There's a lot of them are on dimmer switches and you can have a nice cozy space. Maybe you just want to like doodle on the couch while you're watching Netflix. That's okay. Like this is really it's designed for you to have resting time, thinking time, making time.
My name is Bethany Economos. I am a mixed media artist here in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I'm working on a show called Domestic Bliss. This piece behind me and also these pieces are part of a show that focuses on the idea of women's work and a traditional feminine role in society and kind of tries to challenge that role, all while incorporating traditional techniques like embroidery and other things that maybe have kind of gotten forgotten. And I like to use secondhand things in my work. And so I kind of have a twofold of preserving tradition, but also kind of challenging those traditions and moving forward. I'm part of a critique club that meets pretty regularly at Kestrel Fields, which is an amazing group, small group of people that get together and they bring their current piece that they're working on to try and get feedback from other artists, which if you haven't done it is really important. It's a great chance to explore more ideas about what you're doing and to have a different caliber of feedback, more than just, I like it, it's pretty. You know, artists will really tell you what's on their mind if you're in a critique environment. The best advice that I could give someone maybe would be put in the time. Like the past year in preparing for this show has taught me that I really need to get up every day and go to work and do my art. I feel like having that practice of getting up and really putting in the time has helped me create some of the best work I've ever made. And I think along with that, making sure that you go to openings, meet the people, say hello, pass out your business cards, really, even though it's maybe uncomfortable to market yourself, try and market yourself to the world around you.
When I designed Kestrel Fields Studio as an art space, I really wanted it to be a place for community too. The Fort Collins art scene is awesome. It's so great, and I feel like it's sort of building on itself to really get some momentum. And also, how can I be a part of it? How can I create part of that art scene? So I think that I want Kestrel Fields Studio to be a place where artists feel like they are welcome to be here and that they belong. So therefore, I do some community events, and also I do other sort of smaller events where that are really designed to help the artist out. So something I do on a monthly basis is I do a monthly craft night, and you're welcome to come. Any artist, any person who's even not an artist, you can come and just be creative. You can bring your knitting project, you can bring your sketchbook, you can bring a big painting, you can bring something to sew. Like there's so many different things that people do in the world, beading, mosaics, everything. So bring it and let's have a cup of tea or something much cooler in the summer. And let's have a little snack and let's just be in community and make things together. So you can find us on Instagram at Kestrel Fields Studio. And also, you're very likely to find me out in the arts community in Fort Collins and Loveland because I love talking with artists, I love engaging with art, and I want to talk to you about your art, your idea, your practice, what you love about art. So, those are all the different ways that you can be in touch. Always shoot me an email, that's another option. And I really am excited about talking with you about your art experience at Kestrel Fields Studio.